Right. Can any devotee confirm if you are able to see my screen? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. So we started this presentation, Glories of the Holy Name. So last 2 days we covered part one, part two, and then today, hopefully by Krishna's mercy, we'll be able to finish it. But before we start, let's invoke the blessing of the Lord. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha अनादिरादिर गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So first 5 minutes we'll just do quick recap what we covered in last 2 days, and then we'll continue this presentation. So glories of the holy name, and Srila Prabhupada says that you can chant the name of the Lord if you get a taste. You wish that you have, why not you have 1,000 mouths, 1,000 tongues, but only when you feel there is a taste. And before we know the taste, we know why we should chant. So we discussed about that who's Krishna, whose name we are chanting. So we discuss about that why he's Bhagavan, who has Bhag, 6 qualities in unlimited measure. Then we discussed about a happiness formula or peace formula, that why we need to remain connected with Krishna, which when we remain connected with Krishna, then we'll have transcendental intelligence, then we'll have steady mind, then we'll have good flow of thought, and then only will be peaceful, which is a prerequisite to be happy. Then we discussed that in 4 yugas, that in Satyuga, Lord Vishnu meditation was prominent. In Treta Yuga, we have fire sacrifice. In Dwapara Yuga, elaborate temple worship. And in Kali Yuga, nothing will work except the chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then we talked about that this Kali Yuga is full of faults. Shorter life, shorter memory, unfortunate. But only by chanting the name of the Lord, we can get free from all the faults, because there is one good quality in this Kali Yuga, which can help us to free from material bondage. Then we talked about that how Krishna's name is actually non-different from Krishna. And when we chant Krishna's name, we literally associate with Krishna. Because in spiritual world, the Nam and Nami, they are non-different. That's why Krishna's name is spiritual, not material. There is no difference between Krishna and Krishna's name. Then we talked about that how Krishna's name is actually Chintamani, which has solution to all the problems, whether material problem or spiritual problem. It has a solution for that. And it is fully blissful. And it is fully pure. There is no condition. Anywhere, anytime you can chant. Rather, it can purify even the dirtiest mind. The first-class rascal can be purified if he chants the Lord's name, because Krishna's name and Krishna is Abhinnatman, is non-different. Then we talked about what if we do offenses. When we chant 16 rounds, maybe some rounds we do offense, some minds goes here and there. We visit so many countries while we chant, right? So Nam aprada yukta nam, namani eva harantyakam. That by chanting the name of the Lord more and more, so whatever offenses we have done while chanting the name, it can get cleared. Then we talked about that not only that, when any disease comes, calamities comes, difficult situation comes, you can chant the name of the Lord and it can help you. Even it is said that when we take a medicine, we should chant Krishna's name. It is written in Ayurveda that we should chant Lord's name when we take the medicine. So we talked about that. Then we talked about that if there are ghost, spirit, demons, monsters, right, or any fearful situation, you can chant the Lord's name. And we gave the example that Srila Prabhupada, he stayed alone in a house where people told that there is a ghost, but when he start chanting the Krishna's name, the ghost went away. So there are many stories about that. And when Dhruv Maharaj was fighting with the demon and demon was overpowering, the priest told that chant the Lord's name. And then he could able to defeat that demon. So there, next slide, we talked about that in Kali Yuga, you can reverse the effect of Kali Yuga. So there is only one vaccination will work, which is Harinam vaccination and association of devotees. When you are in association of devotee, actually you are insulated. You are vaccinated that time. No effect of Kali Yuga can affect you if we remain in touch with Krishna. So this is what we covered. So now for today, let's move to the next slide. So now it says that freedom from material bondage. That only the chanting of the Lord's holy name can restore the reaction to the sins that are yet to fructify. Pursuing a path of karma, fruitive activities, or jnana can never yield the same result. Without the chanting the holy name of Lord Hari, one is never released from the bondage of karma. Hence, other processes can never favor one with the liberation that frees one from further advancement to karma or contamination from material modes of passion and ignorance. Chanting the holy name renders one free from illusion. So, in this regard, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami, Shakali Ashant, Krishna Bhakt, Nishkam, Ateva Shant. This high class of fruitive activity, high class of speculative knowledge, right? Maximum it can take you where? Maximum take you for time being higher planet and then come back, right? Like recently, the SpaceX, right? They launched the one of the billionaire into the space, and there was a spacewalk. But how long he can stay? How long he can stay, right? It's a limitation. We can stay only for few minutes or few hours. Again, we have to come back, right? And can we defeat this cycle of birth and death? The four major problem nobody is looking into: Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. I'm surprised scientists are not looking into the problem how to defeat death, how to defeat disease. They are not come out of the solution yet, right? So this cycle of birth and death, this is the major problem, and this is a problem for everybody. And that is surprising that even a rich person, Ambani or whoever, right, they also have this four problem. And Hartman Dweller also have this four problem. But this four problem we can resolve if we chant Krishna's name. If we get attached to Krishna, if we attach to Krishna's holy name, then we can come out of this cycle. And that's why when Krishna created this human form, he said that Manusha Mama Priya. Only in this human life, we have an opportunity to go back. In animal life, there is no opportunity. If you invite dogs and cats of this Houston, let's discuss about God. Will they come? No. Only in human life that Krishna has given facility. And in human life, we have a limited time. It's not like we have unlimited time. Right. Therefore, one who desires freedom from material bondage should adopt the process of chanting the holy name and glories of Supreme Personality of Godhead, at whose feet stand all the holy places. One cannot derive proper benefit from other method, because even after following such method, one takes to fruitive activities again and unable to control his mind, which get contaminated by material qualities of passion and ignorance. So moving to the next. So here, at the end of Dwapar Yuga, Narada, who has traversed the whole world, right? He went to Brahma and addressed him, "O Lord, how shall we be able to ward off the effects of Kali?" Brahma thus replied, "You have asked an excellent question. Listen to that secret which all the Vedas keep hidden, through which one may cross the material existence during the age of Kali. One becomes free from the influences of Kali by merely uttering the names of Lord Narayan, who's the original person." So this is a conversation between Narada and Brahma. When Naraji asked, being a compassionate well-wisher, that what is the solution of this? So imagine if such a big personality is there, they are worried about the effect of Kali. What to speak of us? हम लोग किस खेत की मूली हैं? If the big personalities, right? Naraji is the spaceman. He can travel anywhere, and he does not need any vehicle or any capsule or any rocket to launch in the space. Naraji is a spaceman. He can go anywhere. So if such person is saying that this effects of Kali Yuga, there are bad qualities are there, which there should be a solution, right? Then Lord Brahma replied that Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. These 16 holy names will destroy the sinful influences of age of Kali. I do not see any other method. See, now Brahmaji is saying, the first original being, he himself is saying that this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it is not an ordinary mantra. But because it is free, because there is no condition, it does not appeal. And that is the catch. That is the catch. It requires faith to put in. And you will experience. It's not like then when we start chanting Krishna's name that after 2 months we'll see the effect. No, immediately you see the effect. If you attentively we chant Krishna's name, immediately you feel bliss. And that is the goal of life. Isn't it? Everybody want to be happy. Then what are the rules to chant? Then Naraji inquired, "Oh Lord, what are the rules to be observed with reference to this chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra?" Brahma replied, "There are no rules. Whoever in a pure or impure state utter this always attain the same word of the Lord. Shalokya, proximity with the Lord; Samipya, same form as the Lord; Sarupya, or absorption into Brahman; Sayujya." See, Kali Santaran Upanishad has said that there is no rule. Anywhere you can chant, not just in the morning. Whenever you're walking, cooking, picking kids, doing shopping at Kroger, keep chanting this Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. You are adjusting your side mirror in the driving the car. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You are feeling the gas at the gas station. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then people say, "Prabhuji, when you chant outside like this, right? If you mutter this word in your mouth, people will say you are a mad person. पागल है क्या?" नहीं, वो तो this who's mad, that will be determined at the tail end of the life. When the final exam will come before the death, that time will be visible who's actually the mad person, right? And whom we wanted to impress here, right? Whom we want to impress. Will they go with us? No, nobody will go with us. Everybody has a separate account, right? It's like you have a separate phone, right? If you charge your neighbor phone, will your phone will be charged? No, your phone is separate. Your account is separate. So this chanting the name is very, very important. That is the key to success in Krishna consciousness. The how attentively we can chant the name. And only three words. Hare Krishna and Rama. Only 3 words. And we have evidences. Right. Then it says that the result which is achieved by chanting the 1,000 names of Vishnu 3 times is the same that is attained by chanting the holy name of Krishna just once. So recently we participated in a Vishnu Sahasranam, and my kids were also participating. So they chanted the 1,000 names of Vishnu. And now he is saying 1,000 names of Vishnu, right? 3 times is the same as chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra just once. So imagine if you do 16 rounds, how many times you have chanted Lord Vishnu's name, right? Now these scriptures, people say blind faith, blind faith. Why they have documented in this scripture? Why they have written so much detail? Because they have a long weekend? Because they have long weekend and their time was not passing. So they thought, okay, let us write something. No, it is a fact. And they wanted to give this gift to Kali Yuga people. That's why they wrote this thing. That just chanting one name of Krishna, right? The 1,000 names of Krishna, if you chant 3 times, that is equivalent to 1. Then holy places and Krishna's name. What one cannot obtain after touring millions and billions of holy places is achieved by simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord. See, if you don't have occasion to go to holy places, you can chant. And actually, Krishna is right in your heart. Right? Krishna is right in your heart. That's what somewhere Upanishad say, na? Dvau saparno sayujo sakhaya. Right? That there are 2 birds sitting in the heart. Even Krishna right now is hearing this conversation, what we are having. And he's looking at us. What activity? He witnessing all the activities. Imagine who's that person who stay with you wherever you go. Wherever you go. If you go in a flashback when we born and now, whichever places were there, Krishna was with us. Even our mother was not with us, many places, right? Mother is so dear. After Krishna, if you say, if any love which is closer to God is mother's love. But even mother was not there when we were traveling. But Krishna was with us. So even if we don't have time to visit the places, holy places, actually you can make your heart as holy place. If you chant Krishna's name properly and remember Krishna, right? So sitting at Kurukshetra, Vishwamitra Muni once said, I have heard the names of various holy places of pilgrimage in this world, but none of them are even 1 millionth as potent as the chanting the holy name of Lord Hari. See, Vishwamitra Muni is saying, he had so many names, but he said not even 1 millionth potency compared to the potency of the holy name of the Lord. None of the renowned holy place of this world are even 1 millionth as potent as the chanting the holy name of the Lord Hari. These statements from Vaman Puran, Vishwamitra Samhita, right? Why it will be wrong? Because that is correct. You know, it is said that one time in IIT, boy asked one Maharaj, can you show me God? Then Maharaj said, yeah, I can show you God. He says, show me. He said, no, to see God, first you should have a desire. He said, well, I have a desire. That's why I'm asking. No, your desire should be intense. He said, what do you mean by intense? He said, when you want to meet your girlfriend, what kind of intensity of desire you have? Same intensity of desire you should have. He said, all right, if you have, then. He said, no, even that is not sufficient. First, you should have a desire to see God. Then you should have intensity in the desire. right? And that intensity should be consistent. If you have a desire to see God, if you have intensity to see God, and that intensity is consistent, intense desire to see God, then you can see God right in Houston. You don't need to go Vrindavan, Mayapur. You can right see there. But that intensity does not come. That intensity come when any problem comes in life. Immediately intensity come. But when problem goes away, intensity also goes away. That's why ना दुख में सिमरन सब करे, सुख में करे न कोय. सुख में जो सिमरन करे, दुख को काहे को होए. So this intensity, if we have, and consistency we have to see God, you can actually see God. Another day, as Bikesha Swami, he was saying that you can see the sages who are pure, who chant Krishna's name in a pure mood, they can see this pastime in their heart. They can see their Krishna's pastime in their own heart, like a TV monitor. But in our heart, we have so many, I'm speaking about me, that so much dirt. Somewhere it says that there 36 miles of dirt is there in our heart. But gradually, as the rain falls and you switch on the wiper and it start cleaning the windshield, and we chant Krishna's name, right? In the early morning, especially, it is so potent. Early morning time is so potent that it can gradually clears the heart. Then next is sacrifices and Krishna's name, right? Chanting the holy name of Supreme Lord is superior to performing all other pious activity. If you have faith in this conclusion, then all your other prescribed duties are automatically taken care of. The action of donating millions of cows during solar eclipse, staying at sacred Prayag for one kalpa, equal to billions of years comprising a cycle of 4 yugas, or observing strict religious rites in the month of Magha, offering countless sacrifices, or even donating Mount Meru's worth of gold in charity does not add up to even 1/100th the value of the chanting the holy name of the Lord. Imagine, even Mount Meru gold you have, if you donate that, that pious activity also cannot equate to what, not even 1/100th of a value of the chanting the name. Millions of cow even if you donate on solar eclipse. Or even for one kalpa you stayed at a holy place. Right? Scripture states that the public welfare works, no matter how numerous or extensive, are after all mundane activities. Holy name of Lord Hari easily grants one liberation from this material world. Fruitive activities are trivial when compared to holy name of the Lord. That's why many people think that that Manav Seva is Madhav Seva. Right? Manav Seva is Madhav Seva. No, Manav Seva, at most you can say the lowest level of the Madhav Seva. You say, Prabhuji, don't joke. So many charity people do, right? See, it's like one lady is walking near the swimming pool and slips inside the swimming pool, right? So there was one man, and that lady was wearing like 100,000 worth of necklace. One person jumps and save the necklace and let the lady die. But he say, hey, I have saved 100,000 necklace now. At least something I have saved. The another person, if he jumps, he saved the lady. And when he saved the lady, necklace also saved. Isn't it? So this, when we save the soul, the body is automatically saved. Mean to say that when you save the soul, the life automatically improves. The permanent problem solved. That's why some people ask Prabhupada, Prabhupada ji, you just tell people to become devotee and chant, and then why don't you open hospitals? Why don't you open schools? Prabhupada say, I'm doing one part, you do other part. Right? Because people don't realize who we are. Because we think that we are this body. That's why all the bodily arrangement come into picture. But we ask a child, what is this? He say, my hand. What is this? My leg, my mouth. What is this? My phone. If phone is my, and for hand, leg, and mouth and head also, you are using the word my. If it is you, you should say I hand, I leg. But you say my. Then if you say my, that means it belongs to you. Then who are you? Even we say, oh, today my mind is not working. So then you are not a mind. The mind belongs to somebody. My intelligence is not working. Then who are you? So we are actually spirit soul, and we are part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna says, Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiv Bhuta Sanatana. We are part and parcel of it. That is our real identity. And we belong to spiritual world, not material world. As of now, we are in a prison house. And in a prison house, if we keep doing some charitable activity, right? What we need to do? We need to hire a lawyer to fight our case. Whose lawyer? Spiritual master is our lawyer. He will fight our case in the courtroom of Krishna and take out from this jail. I'm still looking for a person who has never seen any misery in their life, or who is always happy, or who will say, my husband is a perfect husband, or my wife is perfect husband, or my children are perfect children, or my boss is perfect. I'm still looking for that. But so far, nobody reported that. But instance reported, when we chant Krishna's name, people went back to the Vaikuntha. And Tukaramji, one of the example. In the same body, he went back. Dhruv Maharaji, he went back. Not only he went back, his mother also went back. Now, this Pitra Paksh is going, right? Pitra Paksh till October 2nd. So 3 generation of people come in terms of birds and then take food. But the best thing is to chant Krishna's name more. Dedicate your rounds to your ancestors. They will be removed from, if they are in hell, they will be removed. And then put it in a place, in a Vaishnava association. That is what we have to pray for, Vaishnava's association. The next is, it says, it's a topmost yoga system. O king, in Garuda Purana is mentioned, O king, what will you do with Sankhya Yoga, the path of deductive philosophical speculation, or Ashtanga Yoga, eightfold mystic yoga processes? If you are searching for liberation, then incessantly chant the holy name of the Lord. Constantly chant the holy name of the Lord. See, everybody is saying, Garuda Purana is also saying that this is the topmost yoga system. So we are not worshipping Chota Mota God. We are worshipping the topmost supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna. And this process of chanting is the topmost process. So now the next slide talks about whatever we learned from Shyamsundar Prabhu and practiced. I documented it, and I thought it is helping me. So I thought it will help others also. And you may know many of the things because you are also practicing for a long time. So first is physical preparation when we chant. The first point is diet compliance. This overeating is number one enemy. So we have to avoid overeating and refrain from eating after sunset. This is what I take, that after sunset we should avoid. I know instance come bhakti vikshas are there late night. Okay, once in a while is fine. But in general, after sunset, don't eat. Even the famous film stars, they say that, right? That there are one film star, he says that I don't eat after sunset. Because it is good for our body also. Because see, for chanting, not just tongue is required. Your body also should cooperate, right? If your body is not cooperating, how can you sit for 2 or 3 hours? Then sleep schedule. Early to bed, early to rise makes a person healthy, wealthy, and wise. That poem has, no more in the children's books, but that is the fact. And the best time is to sleep is between 8:30 to 9 p.m. Best sleep. Whenever I slept between this time, when I wake up, you feel your body is so much revived, so much. I would I would request, if somebody has not tried, maybe try once in a month this thing. Just wrap up everything by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, all kitchen clean, close the kitchen gate. I know there is no gate here, but switch off the light, and then let whole family sleep, or at least you sleep if whole family is not sleeping. And try this. All the repair, your tissues, brain tissue, body tissue get repaired. I'm not there yet. I'm not saying that I'm sleeping every day 8:30 to 9. But whenever I sleep 8:30 to 9, it is very good. I experienced at least many times. Then study, read a few minutes of from Bhagavad Gita or Shrimad Bhagavatam before sleeping. So that is also recommended, that before sleep, if you read at least one verse of Gita, or at least Krishna book, one story, or if you don't do that, play a story. Like what I do is, when we sleep, we just play Krishna story from ISKCON Desire Tree. And then, kids also hear that story. And, Srila Prabhupada's one of the early disciple, Parvati Devi Dasi, she has recorded the whole Krishna book. So we hear Krishna story, that one. The night prayer, you can pray to Krishna that, Krishna, please help me to wake up early in the morning, right? So that prayer also is required. Then stay away from social media at least 1 hour before sleeping. So do not watch your Facebook, LinkedIn, or any other Instagram at least 1 hour before, because if you do that, then our subconscious mind information get registered, and then you'll get similar dreams, or the thought process get impacted. So that is physical preparation. Then time for japa. Of course, the best time for japa is early morning. After 12 years of practicing, I come to this conclusion that if we have not finished our rounds by 7 a.m., the mind will be agitated. After that, you will chant your rounds. Definitely, I can give you in writing. There is no other better time than early morning. I have made several mistakes while chanting, or leaving my rounds to the rest of the day or the night. But no, you'll not be able to chant. Your mind will be agitated. Even your family will be agitated, because you chant later in the day. They will think, boss, are you a householder or sannyasi? Right? And you do disservice to your own family, because you will steal away others' time. Right? If you're really finish your round and you want to chant, you go drop your kids, and while coming back, keep chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If you are cooking in a kitchen, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Right? So that you can do. The top level of chanting is 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. My God, this is 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Devotees try once in a month. Who have not tried, I know it's very difficult, because 2 a.m. means you have to sleep by 8:30 or 9. But at least once you try in a month, those who have not tried, and start chanting. And if you feel sleepy, you can sleep in afternoon. But at least try once. You will yourself, British says that proof of the pudding is in eating. I don't need to explain. You will experience what happens when you chant between 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Top level of chanting. The next level is 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Another very good level of chanting. The next level is 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. So these are the 3 top level of chanting. During that, you will yourself will experience. The more realization will come in your heart. And actually, one of the Maharaj says that in the morning time, you should not spend time with anybody. And I think I was hearing S.B. Keshav Swami, he was saying that as a sannyasi, brahmachari, they are not allowed first 4 hours to associate with anybody. In the first 4 hours, they don't associate with anybody. Not even phone, not even talk to another brahmachari. Because they say that there is a struggle inside your heart. First, you should deal with your internal struggle, then you deal with outside struggle. So in the morning time, you should spend time. This is recommended. Everybody should spend time alone with yourself, you and Krishna. That's it. Then japa technique. Focus on pronunciation. We have to chant this Hare Krishna mantra clearly and loudly. Not very fast. Not like Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. No, no, no. This is wrong. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I also do the mistake. But I know these are the mistakes. We have to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And technique is chant in pair. What do we mean by pair? Like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Keep some microsecond gap and then Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then both the Hare Hare put emphasize, because this Hare Hare we miss. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Few second gap. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. I mean, not few second, few microsecond gap. So that you don't mix those two pair or skip anything. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And have a rhythm so that you can follow that. Do not fasten your chanting. See, anyhow, we have to spend 2-3 hours, right, for chanting. So why not chant purely, right? And this measurement, right, you can use your stopwatch to measure, right? After 12 years of chanting, I come to the conclusion that if you finish your round between 8 to 9 minutes, then there are more chances that you have not skipped anything. Genuinely, I mean, in between. Of course, you can chant so slow that you can finish one round in 15 minutes. But then, you do you have so much time to spend 4-5 hours just to complete your 16 rounds, right? But at least 8 to 9 minutes, if you do, you can finish nicely. Like per line will Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Like one chanting, not one round, one line of chanting, this one full pair, it usually 5 to 6 seconds take. So 8 to 9 minutes. Then, as Shamsundar Prabhu mentioned, that keep the Tulsi plant or of image of Tulsi plant nearby. That's why we share the screen, right? Because Tulsi ji is the dearest devotee of the Lord. So there's a potency around Tulsi ji. Then sit in a calm and comfortable posture that supports your ability to chant, right? Sit in a very comfortable place. And one more thing is, don't keep too many things around you also. Like keep your table neat and clean. Or at least chant in a table where that table is totally dedicated to chanting. Or a place is totally dedicated to chanting. Right? Chant with full attention. Right? So attention comes when we chant, then we hear it, what we are chanting. Like what we chant, Krishna's name, like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We have to hear what we are chanting. When we hear that, then mind will not go away. Then read scripture if mind is agitated. There are many times, household life, like 8 hours of working, then again taking care of kids, then so many things, paying this bill, that bill, right? Household life is full of juggling. So sometimes, chanting, so many things come when we chant. Then it's good that time you pause your chanting, read something, and then again come back to chanting. Read one verse of Bhagavad Gita and purport, and then you come back. You can return back to your attentive chanting. Then pronounce each word of Mahamantra clearly. We talked about. Listen to your Guru Maharaj. That is thing when it's surprising. We hear so many people, but accept our Guru Maharaj. You say, Prabhuji, is it wrong? We hear other Maharaj. No, it is not wrong. But what about your own Guru Maharaj? It's not wrong. You can hear many Maharaj, but Every day we should hear our Guru Maharaj, because the promise you have given to your Guru Maharaj, not other Maharaj, right? That will remind your promise. And also whatever conversation you had with your own Guru Maharaj, it will echo in your mind. That will echo in your mind, and that will prevent you to go derail. So try this every day, at least 30 minutes you should hear your own Guru Maharaj. And then rest of the time you want to hear other Maharaj, that's fine. It will improve your devotional life as well as chanting. Then write positive thoughts after japa. So I know weekdays are dicey, right? But at least weekends when we chant early morning and write it. So one time we were in Guatemala, and we slept by 7:30 that day somehow in a hotel, and I woke up 1:30 a.m. and then 1:30 a.m. my sleep was totally complete, and everybody was sleeping, and I started chanting. And after chanting, so much realization come. Then I wrote those positive thoughts, and now if I read it, I say, wow, it is so nice thought come in early morning. It does not come when you chant later. So I would say, when positive thoughts, after you finish japa, just spend time writing what are the thoughts came and what are the good thing you experience while you're chanting early morning. When you write it, that writing will be helpful in your bad days. In your bad days, when life was not going good, that time when you read it, you can return back to your original chanting. Avoid any noise during japa, of course. Any kind of noise we have to avoid during japa. I have, sorry if I say something wrong, I have seen that sometime we have some bracelet or some ankle wearing something or some jewelry, it make noise. Or you have bangles will keep making noise when we chant. Actually, it will distract. Then be mindful while chanting in a group. Of course, when we chant in a group, we should chant in a way that other devotees chanting will not get impacted. And this is my request, that if I unmute myself and chant, and if it is if I'm not chanting properly, please feel free to write in a chat or message that, Prabhuji, you are not chanting properly, or you're chanting too loud. I mean, loud you can control because you can reduce the volume. That's what I do. If other devotee chant loudly, I just reduce little volume, so that you can control. But if I'm not chanting properly, or anybody who's unmute not chanting properly, feel free. Actually, you are helping other devotee. Do not think that we have to trinadapi sunichena. No, because you are helping other devotee, right? You should help other devotee. If other devotee is not helping properly, we should not take it. This feedback is a gift. Otherwise, trinadapi sunichena, tarorapi, right? Humbler than that. The humbleness does not mean that you become like a rock. You'll have no emotion. No, other devotee you can help if somebody is not helping properly, right? And the same is for other. If somebody giving feedback on your chanting, you should not feel offensive, right? Imagine a place when nobody is giving feedback to other and everybody is making mistake. Just because, a Vaishnava aparad na ho jaye, right? Of course, Vaishnava aparad, if your intention is to offend a person, right? But your intention is to just help other person. And of course, the way you give your feedback is also not to scold the other devotee, but at least say that what is he's doing. And that's why we have to be recipient with the feedback. And then record your japa and listen to it. That is also very important. Like couple of rounds while you're chanting, just record 1 or 2 rounds, and then later on you yourself hear. And then you will be able to see where I'm making mistake. So these are a couple of points what we noted down. At last, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam, kalau nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatiranyatha. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is the chanting the holy name of the Lord. There is no other way. There is no other way. There is no other way. So with that, we finish this presentation. Please forgive me if I said something wrong, and please correct me or chastise me. Feel free. Or if you have any question, you can ask. Or you have any realization while chanting, which you like to share with other devotees. Please feel.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank
Hare
you
Krishna
so
Prabhu.
much for your encouragement. Actually, sometimes personally I forget, I don't go to early bed and eat before sunset and some other things, So you
Yes,
mentioned
yes,
it's actually I request you, frequently you give this class, then we'll wake up and we'll like हम लोग सचेतन होगा. Otherwise,
yeah,
some
Prabhuji.
we devotees we forget, It's very, very really important things you are talking. Actually, we don't follow properly, especially like the morning job, like 2 to you told 2 to 5, right? This is the first
Yes,
session. Second is 3 to 6 and 4 to 7. It is very important to finish this job before
yes,
7 o'clock. Otherwise, our mind agitate and we always engage ourselves different activities. We might finish, but it will not proper job, offensive
yes,
job. And I am also
yes.
struggling, Prabhuji, because sometimes I cannot go early bed because some other activities, temple management and other things always engage me.
Yes.
So therefore,
Correct.
yeah, most of the devotees actually I saw, even like the eating habit, like the all the time, we are doing somehow we are doing some program. Always, the prasadam go like 9 o'clock, sometimes 8:30, but
Mm.
devotees don't finish their eating by 7 o'clock. That is one of the like the health issue also is, health crisis also coming for that.
Yes, yes,
So we have to give this session, all the members, all the devotees, so we can practice properly the Krishna consciousness.
yes, Prabhuji. All association is required, Prabhuji. We have to remind each other. One time I was thinking that I wish there is a WhatsApp group where devotee will message, "Hey, I'm sleeping now," and you get a message, "Oh, so and so Prabhuji is sleeping now. I'm awake." So it's just a inspiration that, hey, Prabhuji, see that family is sleeping now and we are still awake. So, but Prabhuji, from health wise, because now everybody is advancing their age, right? 16 hours of fasting is required between dinner and breakfast. There should be a gap of minimum 16 hours,
Yes.
because otherwise, this health, all the laws of nature, we should not think that because we are chanting the name of the Lord, let Lord protect us and change the law for us, right? We should not have that understanding. Should have this, because 16 hours of intermittent fasting is required between dinner and breakfast. Not like, after 9-10 hours again we put, so body will not get time. So as Shamsundar Prabhu also shared, that 8-8-8, divide 24 hours into 8-8-8. 8 hours of eating, 8 hours of digesting, and 8 hours of cleaning that one, the body. So that way, within 8 hours you can eat, even if you want to eat multiple times, that's fine. But during that 8 hours only, and then remaining 16 hours for cleaning and digestion.
Yes, it's very scientific. This analogy is very nice.
All blessed to Srila
It
Prabhupada.
is very difficult, Prabhu, also, like one thing, if you go to the dining table and go to the, devotees house program, and if you see so many foods around you, it's very difficult to control. Like yesterday, we had one program. Actually, somehow I control myself. I didn't go around the devotees also. If I see so many preparation, then I have to eat. And some devotees also blaming me, you didn't come. But I just didn't give any answer, just a smile. And at the room, I just, I think at like little cereal. You know,
Hmm.
so you think how difficult it is to control
Yeah.
the
Yes, yes.
tensions, the program
So
sometimes.
Prabhuji, sometime back, my back in India when we were there, people used to use this word that khali pet to bhajan bhi nahi hota, right? And I kept on meditating for so many years, and now after 12 years of practicing, I come to the conclusion that actually khali pet hi bhajan hota hai.
Yes. भोजन होता है क्या? भोजन हो जाएगा तो भोजन नहीं होगा. Yeah, challenge, so much challenge for we have to overcome, you know. Even the technology is, you know, once we chant, we see the news, we see other things, WhatsApp, you know, and Facebook, because our mind is pulling to this kind of activities. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. So please, you know, give your class sometimes so we can get more encouragement, more inspiration, and it is necessary. I appreciate Kanta Mataji. You know, she wakes up also. Her son also start chanting 4 o'clock sometimes, 4:35 o'clock. So how she is, you know, giving him training to